It's 7:20 and we're kicking it with Kyle in Naples. This morning, students get a chance to see firsthand the dangers of texting and driving.
Right, Naples High School is teaming up with Allstate Insurance for kind of this eye-opening experience. Let's go live down to Kyle. He can show us all how it works. Good morning again, Kyle.
Hey, good morning, guys. Yeah, earlier you saw me get behind the wheel. Now the kids are just showing up. They're going to get their first level of instruction on exactly how this program works. Now remember, I had the goggles on me. You'll get a simulator. It's a virtual reality simulator where they will get to learn exactly what it's like driving and texting and the reality of it. You saw me trying to do this a little bit earlier, getting into an accident probably within about the first 30 seconds or so, and that was even before the text message came in. Joined by Stanley Bryant, who is the driver's ed instructor down here at Naples High School, and as these kids are kind of getting this and they're going to ultimately get in and drive, you saw me do it. How valuable is something like this for these kids?
Well, I think it's invaluable, really. They get a chance to get behind the wheel of a vehicle, excuse me, and try to control it while texting, and they'll get to see, exactly how distractive it really is, and without actually hitting someone or running a red light or stoplight. Hopefully, in real life, they get to see it done on a simulator. So hopefully, open some eyes.
So many of these kids, probably because, and you and I didn't grow up in this era where you have a cell phone and you're doing all of these things that are distracting you while driving. These kids have, and this is kind of, so many of these kids that's almost where they have come up, as far as doing it. You have to take that idea away from them.
Exactly. I can't even count how many times I have to tell a kid, put that phone away, even during class. It's like it's a part of their bodies now. They act like they can't function unless they're punching something into that cell phone or looking at something or sending a message to someone. So you see it all the time, unfortunately.
And Allstate has been putting this program on, and we want to talk real quick with Denise Thoman, another program that they've got going on. It's X the Text, and Denise, let me get you to tell me exactly what this program is about.
Well, it's a pledge system. The kids stamp their fingerprint and they put it on the banner that's going to be displayed in Coach Bryant's office. It's to get them to not text. We also have the Chotskys, little ring bands, to have them not text, to remind them how important it is.
So walk me through this process of what each of the kids is. I'm gonna do this.
They're gonna come here. They're gonna put their
Okay, so we just get our thumb blue.
thumb blue.
And then just push it down on there.
Push it down. We got our thumbprint.
Okay.
Then you take a card, put it on the card to remind you. It's also got a little electronic doohickey here, so you can go online and see the video of that, so you can show your friends and parents what you did at school.
There you go. And I'm going to take one of these and I'll put it on my thumb to remind me. And again, the virtual reality simulator, the kids are about to get started on this, and hopefully we'll get the chance to talk with some of them after they go through it and get their impressions of it as well. I can tell you, after just trying to drive and stay between the lines, forget about texting, talking to you guys while I was driving, very difficult.
But those thumb bands, very, very useful for sure.
All right. Thanks,
Kyle,
Kyle.
thank you.
We'll be right back.
It is 8:05, and we are kicking it with Kyle this morning in Naples because students are getting the chance to see firsthand the dangers of texting and driving.
Our Naples High School has teamed up with Allstate Insurance for this experience, and Kyle Jordan is live there with the details. How are the kids doing, Kyle?
Yeah, they fared probably about the same as I did. I think there were some accidents, and we got a chance to talk with some of the kids about that, and we'll hear their reaction in just a minute. But yeah, as you mentioned, it is a virtual reality simulator to give the kids an idea of the dangers of texting while driving. And as I said, to be honest, just even being simply distracted from anything. When I was trying to drive and talk with you guys this morning, that was difficult enough. Forget about the text message, which, by the way, let the record show, I finally did get the text message sent, but it took me multiple tries even to just send it, and then I think ultimately ended up in a crash. Now, as I said, we got to hear from some of the Naples High students after they had gone through the simulator. Take a listen to what they had to say.
It was not as easy as you'd think. You'd look down and next thing you know, you'd be on the other side of the road, and it was more complicated than it looked.
It's pretty scary, just to think that if that's real life.
Still, to even think about like how easy it was to just swerve off of a road, like it's hard to think of like what it would be like on an actual road, and how you could actually kill yourself or someone else that easily is bad.
Certainly something that raises the awareness and raises the awareness of the problem of texting while driving. Storn Olson is the driving instructor, awareness instructor that's running the simulator. You got a chance to talk with each of the kids after they got out of there. What were their reactions initially?
Well, they were quite surprised at how much it threw their driving abilities off. But I think they have been getting some sort of reinforcement from the possibly driving awareness or their own driver's ed teacher or their own parents. Not many of them seem to be in the habit of doing it. A lot of them actually told me that they make a special point of not texting while driving. So that's a bright point. Makes it a little bit easier because we're not arguing at the end there. But yeah, these students seem to realize that it's just not a good idea, and it's kind of a common sense issue there. You definitely shouldn't be on the phone when you're piloting a few thousand pounds of glass and metal at high speeds.
You said earlier that every once in a while there is a kid that makes it through and doesn't get in an accident, and you said is that a reinforcement that, hey, we're not setting this up to make you fail, you are going to probably fail anyway because of the difficulty of this?
Correct. Yeah, the first fellow that we had through there, it was minimal traffic violations. He just swerved a bit, but once we got him out of there, the kids that tend to do really well at it, I'd say half of them aren't even in the habit of texting at all. They're just pretty calm, collected individuals. So yeah, it always benefits the show as a whole when somebody can actually get through it and they see that it's not set up for them to fail.
Absolutely. Well, then again, they're going to have another class that's going to come through here. They'll be going out throughout the day running through the simulator. And I mentioned earlier there was an analogy, and when they say when you look down to read a text message, if you're driving 60 miles an hour, the amount of time that it takes for you to look down, read that text message, and then look back up, it would be like driving the length of a football field with a blindfold on. Imagine that, and that's what you're trying to do out there on the highways going 60 miles an hour. Definitely something dangerous, not only for yourself, but for everyone else that could be out there on the roadway as well. Guys, back to you.
Well, we'll never know, but this project probably will save some lives there, so it's good what they're doing.
Hope they've learned their lesson.
Absolutely. Yeah. Kyle, thanks. Coming up tonight at 6.